Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How you doing this beautiful evening? My name is Tony. My brothers and sisters that are out there, those of you that know me, if this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationships basically. The pattern is set in the book of Genesis, how God had a unique relationship with a man. He had a unique relationship with the woman, and he had a unique relationship with any man or any woman that decides to have him as the foundation of the relationship. Now, for those of you that this will be your first time, my brothers and sisters, those of you that normally be here, will you just like scoot down a little bit and let the other people come in? We may have some friends that want to get some of this good food for the soul. And so they're invited to the dinner table, my brother and sister, just like you are invited to the dinner table. How you doing, my brother and sister? I see Sister Pam Pam from Dallas. She have gotten in and she sat at the table. She's sitting at the table right now. I see my sister Angela Bonner. She's sitting at the table right now. Come on in, come on in. For those of you, this might be your first time. My whole name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationship. And my position is stronger, like I stated. I go strictly from the pattern that's set in the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve, with God as the foundation. That's my position. If you believe in any other type of relationship, you have what is called free will. You can do whatever you choose to do. But if you sit at the dinner table and get some of this good soul food, you may enjoy it. Okay. I'm talking on two different platforms. I'm talking on YouTube and I'm talking on Facebook. Those of you on Facebook, I may make a comment to those that are on the book. You may not see their comments, but I call it their name in the comments. And also vice versa. Those of you that are on YouTube, you may not see the names and the comment, but I will call out their names and tell you what they said. So we're all family here at the dinner table. If you're at, excuse me, if you're at the dinner table, my brothers and sisters, by all means, you are welcome to talk about what we're talking about, okay? Because we are family here. If you have any questions or comments, that's what we're here for at the dinner table, so we can share our thoughts and feelings about different things. But we're gonna talk about basically this is what's on the menu for tonight: the power in the tongue of a man's wife. That's what's on the menu for tonight. The power in the tongue of a man's wife. Now, my brothers and sisters, after a man establishes a good relationship with God, the most important second decision that a man going to make in his life is the selection of the woman to be his wife. Now, listen to me very carefully. After a man, his first priority is to establish a relationship with God the Father through his son, Jesus Christ. Secondly, especially if God get this man a desire to be in a relationship, the selection of a wife is very critical, is very important, is very imperative for that man to have success in life, because that woman, she can help advance that man's purpose and help cultivate his gift, or she could pull away from it. So this is very, very important, especially some of you brothers, those of you that sing, you need to listen up tonight, okay? And those you married men, you need to tune in. You sister that planning on marrying a man, or you sister that already married, this is for you too. Now, a wife, my brother and sister, can affect her husband's life in many ways. However, the word that flows from the wife mouth or her tongue can build up or destroy her husband. How you doing, Sister Michelle? Alexa Water Smell, welcome to the dinner table. So that's what we're talking about. The power in the tongue of a man's wife. Let's bring out the appetizer before we get into the main course. when we go to the book, and the book is Proverbs 18:21. Again, that's Proverbs 18:21, Proverbs 18:21. In the book of Proverbs 18:21, it is written, death and life are in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Listen again. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Even in the book of James, James talk about the tongue. It said that the tongue is basically untamable. Nobody can really control the tongue. The only way a man or woman going to control the tongue is through the help of the Lord. So your tongue, listen to me tonight, my brother and sister, it can make things move or you can destroy. But we're talking primarily, you brother, you listen to me. That woman that you have in your life is very critical. She can help elevate you or she could pull you down. She could bring people to you or she can repel people from you. That's why, my brother and sister, it's very, very important, brother, that you have a relationship with God through his son, Jesus. So Jesus, it's very important that you let Jesus select the woman for you. You don't select the woman for yourself, brother. Let Jesus do it. Because the woman that you select, Satan brings some good women that look very nice in front of you. If you don't go to Jesus first, you could be bamboozled, you could be hoodwinked, or whatever, because there are two types of women that are going to come your way. One is from the Lord and one is from Satan. There's no in between. You can't play the fence when it comes to a woman. Now, it's very critical, my brother. Notice I'm not talking about a girlfriend. It has to be more than a girlfriend. I'm not talking about that somebody that you see every now and then, or you just kick it with every now and then. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that's going to be important to your life, and that is a wife. As you all know, my brother and sister, God want a man and a woman that call itself in a relationship. He want them to jump the broom. God will want a man and a woman to be serious. He want a man and woman to be committed, and he want a man and a woman to be in a covenant relationship. Anything under being engaged, moving towards marriage with a marriage date, or being married, God does not recognize. I'm sorry to bust any of you brothers and sister bubble, but God, the world will recognize your relationship, but God will not. Sister Pamela Simmons said, welcome to the dinner table, Sister Pamela. A woman's greatest power is in her words. Whereas men are physically strong, a woman can bring down a man just with her tongue. Amen, sister, that's what we're about to talk about. And Sister Tierra, welcome to the dinner table. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now we're going to break this up into 3 parts tonight. Let's talk. Let's talk. It's 3 ways, brother, how a woman could do it for you or do it against you. Sister Michelle Alexa Wood said, yeah, think about King Solomon was the wisest man, but he made unwise choices because he went against God's advice on his choice of a wife. That's right. Solomon was plural. Solomon had 700 wives and he had 300 concubines or side women. So altogether, Solomon had 1,000 women, and he would listen to those women. And none of those women did not believe in the same God, Solomon. So Solomon got messed up to the point whereas God, he really, really teed the Lord off. He really did. Because those women, Solomon listened to them, and Solomon started worshiping their gods, building idols, because he listened to the words of their women. Now, let's go all the way back to the book of Genesis. And sister, what I'm about to talk about, this is not no beat down on no women, but these are facts, okay? This is not no beat down. And this is very critical, brother, okay? Let's go all the way back to the Garden of Eden. We're going to go to this scene. Everybody, let's get a bag of popcorn and we're going to the Garden of Eden, okay? What do we see? What do we see? We see a serpent, an animal, but that serpent had a body. Satan needed a body. So Satan entered into this serpent and he started dialoguing with a woman named Eve. That's what he did. He started dialoguing with a woman named Eve. And we know what happened. We know after Eve ate this forbidden fruit, she gave it to the man that was with her. The man was Adam. And when she gave it to Adam, both of their eyes were open. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. Now, Sister Tierra said, Pamela seems so true. Women have brought down a lot of power from men. We're going to talk about this. So, Adam and Eve, they were in a particular position. They used to have fellowship with the Lord. So this one particular day when they bounced against the Lord, how you doing, Mother? Welcome to the dinner table. They heard a familiar presence coming and they went and hid. They heard this voice that said, where are you? Adam, where are you? And him and the woman, they was hiding. So they came out and they was afraid because the man said, we're afraid of you. And he said, did you eat of that tree that I told you not to do? And instead of Adam taking responsibility, he said, the woman that you gave me. So he blamed God and he blamed the woman. And the woman he asked, and the Lord asked the woman, she said, the serpent beguiled me. To tell you the truth, my brother and sister, the Bible clearly say that the woman was deceived, not the man. Listen to this very carefully. It said the woman was deceived, not the man. So Eve was actually hoodwinked. Adam was not. Now, you know what the Lord told Adam? He said, because you listen to the word of your wife. That's what he said. So is God saying for a man not to listen to his wife? No, he's not saying that. But what Eve did, and Adam listened to her word, that affected Adam's relationship with God. God said, because you listened to the voice of your wife, words, powerful words. And when he listened to Eve's words, what happened? We're here today. We see what happened, right? There's another story. Abraham and Sarah. We know that Abraham and Sarah messed up. The Lord had promised Abraham and Sarah the promised child, which was Isaac, but they called themselves trying to help the Lord. So Abraham went and slept with Hagar, Sarah's servant. Hagar got pregnant, had Abraham's other son, Ishmael. So what happened? It was a conflict. You have two women. You have Sarah and Hagar, and you have Hagar's son, and you have Sarah's son. Conflict in the house. Abraham did not know what to do. Sarah was going to try to kind of blame Abraham for sleeping with Hagar when it was her idea for him to do it. He listened to the words of his wife. God had promised them that he was going to give them a son his way. But no, Abraham listened to Sarah and he went and slept with her servant Hagar. That's why they're having a whole bunch of problems in the Middle East, my brother and sister. You have the descendants of Hagar's son and you have the descendants of Sarah's son. Both are from Abraham's loins. You understand? That's why they're having all those problems over there. But the key thing is he listened to the voice of his wife. It got so contentious that the Lord had to step in. You know what the Lord told Abraham? At this particular time, the Lord said, listen to your wife. You see, the Lord gave Abraham authorization to listen to his wife. And when he listened to his wife, Hagar had to leave. Let's look at Job. Job had a whole bunch of controversy that happened in his life in a short period of time. He lost everything, his children, his wealth, his health, his friends, and everything. The only thing that he had, that he thought he had, was a wife. The Bible don't even call her by name. It just said his wife. You know what his wife told him? She said, curse God and die. That's something, brother, to hear your woman say, curse God and die. Did her words affect Job? No, it didn't. Job said, you speak as a foolish woman. God give it, God take it away. Now, what did Job do? Job preferred to listen to the voice of God rather than the voice of his wife. And we already talked about, sister brought up King Solomon. Solomon messed up because he listened to too many women. How you doing, Sister Sherry Smith? Welcome to the dinner table. Sister Flo, welcome to the dinner table. He listened, and her words affected him. What happened to Samson? He made a decision. He listened to Delilah. What happened? He got a free haircut, and he lost a lot. Samson and a whole bunch of these men is an example of listening to a woman that doesn't follow God's son, Jesus. Women have a powerful effect on you, brothers. Very powerful. If any man say that no woman don't have no influence on him, he is a bald-faced liar. From your mother, your sister, all women have some type of effect on you, on your life. But we're talking about the wife. Now we're going to break this up into three little things. The power in the tongue of a man's wife. What does a wife say to her husband in private is very, very important. Those brothers of you that are planning on getting married, you should get a taste of the woman that you're supposed to be engaged to, not going with. You should be getting a taste of how she talks. Her talk gonna either be up or it's gonna be down. Is she a positive woman or is she a negative woman? You have to listen to those words, brother, because when you listen to the word, you would know what type of spirit is inside of that woman. If it's a godly woman, she's going to have a whole bunch of positive things to say. Because when she has the Lord in her, her word's going to give life. She's going to be your biggest cheerleader. Her words are powerful, and it can move you, brother. Those of you that are planning on getting married. On the other hand, some of you brothers that plan on getting married, if you have a woman that is negative, she's going to stone your growth. Other people might see what you're doing, but this particular woman, she won't even encourage you. If you're doing something positive, brother, another man could be doing what you're doing, and she'll rather talk about that other man than you. She'll build up another man instead of you. What a man's wife said to him in private, it has a whole lot to do with how that man performed before the world. That's why I tell you, brother, it's very critical who you marry. Let God handpick your woman. A woman, when you come home, brother, you need to hear positive words coming out of your wife's mouth. Those of you that are planning on getting married and are married, You need to hear positive words coming out of your wife's mouth. Now, what I'm using my wife as an illustration. I'm not putting my wife on a pedestal, but she have been good to me. Now, we have bumped heads sometimes, but overall, she have been good to me. I'm going to tell you this, and some of you might not even believe this. You might not believe this. But since my wife and I've been together, if I go out and come back in, as of today I speak, she never, ever, to this point, said nothing negative to me when I came in the door. No matter how she felt, because we know women go by emotion. No matter how she felt, she, on her bad days, she always was pleasant. Her words, she always had inviting, encouraging words. When I come home and I see my wife's car outside, I don't have to count the 10 before I come in the house. I don't have to stop by a bar and drink to be able to handle what she got to say. I don't have to come up with a strategy. If she say this, I got to say this. Out of all the women that I have dated, and it's been a lot, most of them have been somewhat positive. But I never met one that is positive as my wife is talking to a man in a relationship. Now, I have dated some women that are positive, but not as positive as her, as far as words. And I'm talking about since we've been together from the first day up until now. If she had anything to say, if I came in the door, she don't criticize. And let me tell you something, brothers. Some of you brothers might identify. Have you ever had a woman in your life never call you a bad name? Have you ever? Some of you brothers, I know some of you brothers, you've been called all kinds of names, right? But some of you brothers know. Have you ever, it will blow you away, brother, if you be with a woman, she never called you a bad name. She never talked to you like a little boy. That's another thing some of you guys got to understand. A woman that talked to you in private. See, in a man, and sister, this free of charge, sister. In a man, you got to understand this. Are you going to bring the little boy out of a man? Or you're going to bring the king out of a man? You got to remember that. Are you going to bring a little boy out of the man? Or you're going to bring the king out of a man? A wise woman in private will bring the king out of a man. What do I mean by king and boy? Illustration. There are some women that talk to their husband like they little boys. Like they his mama when he was a little boy. If you want to turn off a man, and I mean a real man, I'm talking about an alpha type of man, because alpha ain't gonna hardly take that junk anyway. You might could get away that with a passive man. You might could talk to him like he's a little boy. But most men that have that little alpha flavor in them, you're not just gonna talk to them in any kind of way. A lot of women, wives, know how to talk to their husband based on how the man carry himself. That's a key thing, brothers. Based on how you carry yourself, that's how your wife going to address you. If you are a godly man, if you straightforward, even though you fall on your face sometimes, but she sees and she know that you have a relationship with God through his son, Jesus Christ, she is going to respect you. That's how me and sister equate love, when you respect him. If you don't know now, sister, you know tonight, when you respect your man, your husband, that's when you're gonna get a lot of love. if he's a godly man. You respect the godly man. What you doing, sister? You are planting positive seeds in that man by respecting him. Your words are seeds, sister. You building him up. So when your words are respect and you nurturing this man, you building him up. And if he's a Christian man, you sowing respect into him, he's going to sow love into you. Your words, sister, have power. Some of you sisters don't realize it. Your words have power. If you know how to use your word with a godly man, you can get a whole lot of stuff out of a godly man. Not only that, your word will compel a godly man to do what is called, and I have said this several times, just because. If a godly man is out there doing something, he's going to be thinking about you. If he stopped anywhere, if he stopped by the store or whatever, he's going to call you or text you and say, what do you need or want? Or he may not call you. He already know what you need because he been studying you. He been studying your pattern behavior. He know what you like. So a lot of time he's going to do stuff for you. And we talk about financial. He's going to do some things for you you didn't even ask. How you doing, Sister Parker? Welcome to the dinner table. Because of your words in private, you build him up. If you don't know, that's why some of you sisters that may be married, you bring the boy out of them. You address the boy and the man. You treat him like a boy, he gonna kick against you like a little boy. So, sister, you have to make a choice. Are you going, the man that you get married to, are you going to try to draw out the little boy in him or the king in him? You got a decision to make, all in private. Number 2, what does the wife say about her husband in the presence of others? When other people be around, sisters, if you be around your family, your friends, and your husband is there, or the man you're engaged to is there, how you talk about that man, your words. If he go to get some tea or something in another room, your words, when he come back and you talk good about him. Let me tell you something, sister. You know what that agitate a whole bunch of women? When there's this one woman and she lifts her husband up in front of other women, right? And some of those other women, they get jealous, they get envious because they thinking, how can she talk so positive about him? He just a man. You know why some other women, sister, they get jealous and envious? Because they ain't got no man like your man doing, how your man treat you. They man not treating them that way. So they don't understand, sisters, why you say positive words about your man in his face, in front of family, friends, social media. Is always on a positive tip. If you have something that he have done or said, you're not going to bust him out in public. You will pull him to the side and let him know what you feel about that, or you will wait till you leave and you will talk to him about it. This is what women that have wisdom know how to conduct themselves. Women that have wisdom, they know how to talk positive about their man in his face in front of other people. Brothers, those of you that are married, do you have a wife that you heard with your own ears say something positive about you in front of other people, your family, your friends, relatives, social media, whatever? Do you have a wife like that? I have a wife like that. Do you have a wife like that? It's something, brother. The words that come out of your wife's mouth. Number 3, and this is one of the most important things, my brothers and your sister. The most important thing is this. What does the wife say when her husband isn't in her presence or behind his back? This is very key, brothers. What your wife say when you're not around her in front of other people. What your wife say about you behind your back. Does your wife say one thing in front of you and then she goes the opposite way in front of other people? You want me to tell you how you can find out? This is how you find out. When you going around her family, her friends, or whatever, how they treat you. Because if you have the spirit of God, brother, and if you messed up and married a worldly woman, you're going to be able to detect this. You're going to be able to determine why these people, why I got these unfriendly vibes. You know why? And you will be able to tell whether people going through the motion with you. You know what I mean? But if your wife, you know what, my brother, your wife is your calling card. What she said about you behind your back and she introduced you to people or people see you with her, you're going to see how those people react around you. And what I'm about to say, I'm using my wife as an example again. I'm not putting on no pedestal, but I have witnessed this. A lot of time when how you doing, Sister Renee? Welcome to the dinner table. A lot of times when I have been around, when my wife introduced me to people, they welcome me warmly. The people that my wife had introduced me to that I didn't know nothing about, they welcome me warmly. They shake my hand, they hug me, and I don't even know them. A lot of them, I don't even know them. Or when she introduced me to people, you know what a lot of people tell me? Oh, we already know him. And they just be smiling and they want to have a conversation. We already know him. But I ain't never carried on no conversation with him. That's what a wife does. The power in the tone. Before I met these people that I didn't know, she must have put in a good word, how they received me. And let me tell you this. Now, some of you sisters, I need to talk to you. Some of you married sisters. And we're going to talk about when you talk to people when your husband is not around. Those of you that are about to get married and those of you that are married. The words, the power of your words going to affect that man. Let's say this, sister. Let's say you and your husband is on good terms and you all have a problem in your house. Now, let's make it real close. Your family like your husband. Your friends might like your husband. Or your workmates may like your husband. But let's keep it real close, family and friends. They like him. They like being around him. They speak well about him. Your family friend, they say good things about the man in his face. And they treat him real warm and stuff. They even don't mind hanging with the man when you're not around. You know that man is something. Brother, you are something when your wife don't have to be around, when family and friend, they like still talking to you. Your wife ain't even got to be there. But when she there, they just love on you, brothers. They just love on you. And let me tell you this. You, sister, and your husband, you have a dispute or there's some problems in the house, at home. You go and tell your family or friends or co-workers, let's leave the co-workers out for a minute. You tell your family and friends about what your husband did or didn't do. Now, they already had a perception of him, right? Now, your family and your friends, naturally, they probably going to be more on your side anyway. Because most people, most people are not objective. When it comes to family and friends, most family friends are not objective. Most family friends, they take sides. There are a few family member friends, they are objective. They will listen to your side and the side of somebody else. They got more of a judicial mindset, a judge mindset. So you say something about your husband that is not in the best light. You see, they're accustomed to him being a certain way, but you run your mouth and tell your family and friends something that they didn't see in this man according to them. And then when your family and friends see him again, you sister, you and your man had gotten back together. Whatever problem y'all have had, y'all squashed it and y'all lovey-dovey again. But guess what? You take him around your family and friends, and he going to sense the vibe that they ain't showing him love like they used to. You know why? Because you tore him up with your tongue. You cut him all up. Your tongue with that double-edged sword. You cut your man all up, sliced him up, and now you're taking him to the barbecue so your family could eat him up. And men could sense that. Your tongue, sister, got power. It got a whole bunch of power. Now, that's your family, sisters. Let's talk about your girlfriends. You talk positive about your husband around your girlfriend. Let me tell you about you talking positive about your man around your girlfriend, sister. Let me just tell you something. You could talk so positive around your girlfriends. You might have one of your girlfriends that's a little snaky. She's a little snaky. She might want your man. She just might want your man. You know why she might want your man? Because she's tired of going from man to man. You know why she may want your man? Because her man not treating you the way, her man is not treating her the way that your man treating you. She listen to how you talk about your man. She see how your man treats you. She see it. Not only did she hear it from you, she see it. So now she look at your husband as a scale. She said, what my friend said about her husband, and I see his action, it balances, it check out. So she subconsciously, she doing the apple and orange thing. You know what the apple and orange, she doing comparison and contrast with her dusty man at home or her dusty man that's in by, and then she looking at your man. And if she know anything about you, she might just try to slip in through the back door on you. She may make a special phone call to your husband and tell him something. She might lie on you to get to your man. She may tell him the truth to get to your man. But overall, sisters, when you talk to your girlfriends, say positive things about your man. If it's something negative that you got to say about your man, you talk to him about the negative stuff. Never, sister, never, ever, 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 ever say nothing negative about your man in front of your family or in front of your friend. Let them guess. If you got something negative to say about your man, you say it to him privately, not in front of other people when he's not there. And let me tell you something, some of you people that listening, some of you family and friends of a man's wife. Don't believe everything the wife say that is negative. Some of you family, friends, co-workers, and social media people, if you know of a woman that's a wife and she always saying something negative about her husband, what you need to ask yourself is why she's still there with him. Have you all ever met a woman that's married? You get tired of hearing her say all the negative stuff about her husband, and you question if he all that bad, why are you still there? Have some of you women that's a friend of a woman, or some of you family member that's a family member woman, have you ever wondered why this woman's saying so many bad things about the man, but she's still there with him? Why is she still there? And some of you co-workers of the wife, why do you entertain a bitter wife that come to work and talk negative about her husband? And you're going to side with her because she could be lying about that man. She could act, some wives lie. She could actually be lying about her husband. Social media. There could be a wife out there, she want to throw shades at her husband, and we know who she's talking about. And you want to take her side because she's playing the victim role. But her words are in writing. But she's throwing shades at the man. She could be lying. And let me tell you this too. Let me tell you this. Some of you wives that having problem with your husband, why would you, with your words, Sister Michelle say, she may be lying to offset the wrong that they see her doing. Amen. That's true. Also, some of you sisters that's married, and you got a side dude. When I say a sister that married, I'm talking about some of you Christian sisters. That's right. I'm talking about some of you Christian sisters that got a side man. Or you got a man that like you. He's not your side dude yet, but he's working on being your side dude. Let me tell you, sisters, about a side dude. If you don't know, you're finna find out tonight. Some of you married women, you could be engaged or married. You want to confide in another man about the problem that you having with your husband. Why do so many wives confide in another man about their husband? You just easy meat, sister, for a wolf. Most of the men that you wives talk to about your husband, they are wolves in sheep clothing. It doesn't register to some of you sisters that you are vulnerable at that time. You so vulnerable, you don't even know you vulnerable. You looking for comfort. But why are you going to another man telling him everything your man doing or not doing? Let me tell you, if you don't know, you about to find out tonight. Some of you married sisters, listen to me. When you go telling other men about what your husband doing and what he's not doing, I'm being generous. Out of 10 men, maybe 2, possibly 1, really care about what you're talking about. Now that's something. Out of 10 men, I'm being generous. Maybe 2 may be concerned, or possibly 1, and that's real low. The other 8, let me tell you what's going on in a man's mind when you call yourself opening up to these side dudes. They may act like they care about what's going on in your house. They may say stuff like, I don't see why he treating you this way. You such a good woman. Why can't he see it? They will carry on and on and on. You could be crying on their shoulder. They will wipe your tears away. They would do all kinds of finesse stuff. We could talk about it over dinner. Let's go walk in the park. We could talk about it in the park. Meet me at the park. Meet me at the gym. Let's go to a movie and dinner. come over to my place. Let's go get a room. Let's go get a room and we can relax. We ain't got to do nothing. You just let's go get a room and relax. You need care going. You need to be taken away, don't you? You need to be taken away. Let's go. See, can you work it out where we could go on a road trip this weekend? You need to get away from all that stuff. Look at Michelle. Okay, Teddy Pendergrass. They're right. Come on and go with me. Come on over to my place. But that's what they'll be saying. They'll be throwing some Teddy on you, right? And turn those lights off. They'll be doing all that kind of stuff. And you go where they're at. And you just spill your little heart out. And you think these guys, these wolves be caring about you. But you don't see those sharp teeth, do you? You don't see that long nose. You don't see those slanted eyes. You don't see that bushy tail in the back wiggling. They don't care about that stuff. And you see, I hate to be the bearer of bad news to some of you married sisters with these side dudes. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Those guys don't really care about what you're saying. They're going to get paid. They're your counselors. That's right. You think those guys listening to you. You see, y'all think that when I say counselor, how can you say my side dude is a counselor? He don't charge me no money. I don't have to pay him. I know that's my side dude, but I ain't no tell nobody. But that's my side dude. I ain't got to pay. I might tell some of my friends though. They may know some about it because I talk too much anyway. So I'm probably gonna tell my girl that I got this side dude. They ain't no say nothing wrong. Let me tell you, sister, your friends know you married. They know you got a side dude, and you thinking between you and your little girlfriend, right? Guess what your girlfriend do? They go tell their man. If they got a report with their man, they're gonna tell their man about you. Not only do your girlfriend tell their man about you, they're gonna tell other women about you. And then you are going to worship, clapping your hands and doing double monkey backflips, and they just talking about you. Say, look at her. She's supposed to be a Christian. She's supposed to be a Christian. Look at her. Look at her. And then you, sister, you want to talk to your girl about the Lord. How you feel they're gonna listen to you about the Lord when you got a side dude and you talking bad about your husband? But back to your side dude. He don't want to hear that crap, what you talk about. In his mind, it's crap. The only thing he want to do is when you stop talking crap, he wait for payday. And we know what payday is. Payday is when you lay on your back. You done told your husband up and everything. Now he want to lay. Now he gonna lay you down to sleep, and it ain't about prayer. And you being used. That's why I tell. When I do private consultation, when I say private, I'll be talking to some sisters on the phone. That private consultation, and I could see where a lot of those women are very vulnerable and they don't know it. I would mention to them sometimes, I say, look, sister, you don't need to be around no men at this time. Why? Because you're vulnerable. That don't even come to most of their mind that they're vulnerable. Because they're looking for affection. They looking for someone to listen to them. So they think. Sisters, do not go talking negative about your man to a side dude. If the side dude really care for you, you know what the side dude would do? The side dude would say, look, why don't you and your husband try to work it out? Your side dude, he would try to say, look, just try to work it out with your husband. But most side dudes ain't gonna tell you to work it out with the husband because they'll be cutting things out. And some of you sisters, you ain't got to raise your hand. You ain't got to raise your hand. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you in a relationship with a side dude, it's wrong anyway. How many side dudes going to encourage you to try to work it out with your husband? Not many. You talk about leaving your husband. The only thing the side dude saying, well, she might leave with her, but I hope she ain't think she finna come over here and camp. That's what some side dude be thinking. She ain't finna come here. I like it just like it is. Every now and then. But you killed your man with the power of your tongue. And this what happened. Brothers, this what happened. You got a decision to make. And this is your decision when it comes to the power of the tongue. The woman that in your life, you either got her from God or you got her from Satan. It's not no in between. You either got that woman from God or you got her from Satan. And we talking about the tongue, right? Let me give you two illustrations of the tongue of a woman, a worldly woman. This is the worldly woman. We're going to go to Proverbs 3, 6 through 17. Proverbs chapter 5, 3 through 17. Proverbs 5, 3 through 17. Listen to it very carefully. Remember the topic on the menu, the power in the tongue of a man's wife. Brother, listen to this. A strange woman. For the lips of a strange woman drops as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Listen to this, brother. These smooth sisters, Satan daughters. If you entertain and want to say daughter like a Delilah-like character, because some of you brother, y'all dealing with a Delilah-like character just because she look good and smell good and fine. You're dealing with a woman that got that Delilah stuff, that Jezebel stuff in her, that Jezebel spirit, right? But you see, the key thing about this character, this woman, her lips, the lips of a strange woman. What is a strange woman? A strange woman is a woman that don't believe in the same Lord Jesus that you do. They're not. They may say they heard of him, but by their works they deny him. But the lips of a strange woman drops as honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. She know what to do. She know how to get. She know how to tell you the most handsome man. You tall, dark, and handsome. She just will build you up. She will love bomb you to death. She know what to say, and she know how to build you up, brother, because she's setting you up for the okie doke. So, but her end is bitter as warm wood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold of hell. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my son, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I am saying. Keep to a path far from her. Stay away from these type of women. Stay away from her. Do not go near the door of her house. If you do, this is what the Bible said. If you do, you will lose your honor and will lose mercilessly people all you have achieved. Strangers will consume your wealth. These strange women, get them pregnant if you want to. These strange women, she will consume your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruits of your labor, all those children that she tricked you into getting. If they're yours, until you get 18, then you like Kanye West and James Fox say 18 years, and you find out the child when he is, okay? She give me money, okay? So she's gonna consume your wealth because she talked to you and you fell for the okie doke. In the end, you will groan in anguish when disease consume your body. She may have that package. She may just have that package because just like she talked smooth to you, she been talking smooth to other men. So she might just have that package. And when she had that package, you can't get rid of the package. You're going to go to the grave with the package. You will say, how I hated discipline. If only I had not ignored all the warnings. Where did the warning come from? From the Spirit of God. Oh, why didn't I listen to my teacher? Why didn't I pay attention to my instructor? I have come to the brink of utter ruin, and now I must face public disgrace. So, brother, the Lord has elevated you. You dealing with a strange woman. She gets you hooked. She may take your money. She may give you a package, but she gonna let everybody know that she messing with you. And she ain't your woman. You get tricked and you marry her. It's on you because you did not let God, Son Jesus, get this woman for you. Some of you brothers that got purpose in your life, you got a gift, you mess with the wrong woman, you're going to end up and you're going to become a public disgrace. You know why you're going to come public disgrace? Because you let this woman talk you into some stuff. You listen to the wrong woman. She's going to stop you from growing. She's going to be your stumbling block. And if God set you up for greatness, her words going to tear you down. Not only her words, but her action. Then the world going to wonder where you get this woman from. Because the woman that you choose, brother, is very important. Not only for her words, but how she moves. People look at you and they, let me tell you, they judge you too by the woman that's on your arm, brothers. Don't get it twisted. People judge you by the woman that you marry. Who you walking down with the red carpet with, brothers? Like, take for example, Denzel Washington. I have said it before. Denzel Washington. His wife stand in the background, right? But when Denzel and his woman moving down the red carpet, she moved with grace. And people look at Miss Washington. Miss Washington, she got respect. She dressed appropriately. You don't hear negative things coming. You don't hear negative things in the news media about Miss Washington, do you? You don't hear her saying negative things about her husband, do you? Let's talk about Michelle Obama and Barack. Have you ever heard Michelle publicly say anything negative about Barack? No, you haven't. You know why? Because when Michelle Obama was in office, she represented her husband when he wasn't there. There's not one news media during that time that put in there that Michelle said something negative about her husband. No, none of. Even while they out of office, have you heard anything Michelle said something negative about her husband? No, you haven't. How did Michelle Obama dress? With class. Did you see Michelle Obama twerking? No, you didn't. When she spoke, she had respect. You know why she had respect? Because her husband had respect. And he loved his wife. It was public. Barack did not hide his love for Michelle. Michelle did not hide her respect for Barack. And they were public figures. That's a good example. Sister Michelle said he always thinking she will talk about me next. No thanks. Amen. So listen to this, my brothers. The woman, and then it goes on to say, drink water from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your spring in the street having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourself. Never share it with strangers. Let me tell you something, brothers. When you get married, and you don't even have to pursue women, brothers, They coming for you. If you got a purpose, brother, if you got a gift, brother, if you got a good wife, brother, some women gonna try to see how strong you are with your wife. Some women gonna come out of the blue and try to tell you something about your wife. They will come to you, somebody that went to school with your wife, they will come to you and tell you what your wife was doing 20 years ago. You married her, and this is what she was doing 20 years ago. But yeah, hey, 20 years ago, what that got to do with today? What did Jesus go by what happened 20 years ago? Brother, be very careful. The woman that you have in your life and that tone that she have. A godly wife. Proverbs 31:26. Proverbs 31:26. Proverbs 31:26. It said, she speak with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. You got that, brothers? You got that, sister? A godly wife is a virtuous woman. And when she speak with wisdom. She don't come with that jargon. She don't come with that silliness. She got respect when she open her mouth. She's not a gossiper. She has wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is not being articulate. She don't have to use big, profound words. She don't have to talk proper all the time. She don't have to be called she's intelligent, she's smart. She'll rather hear people say your wife got wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the ability to see things from God's point of view. That's what Solomon asked for, wisdom. Brother, I will tell you, it's better for someone to say that you have wisdom than to say that you're smart or articulate or intelligent. Wisdom trumps all of that. Sister, it's better if people say to you, you got wisdom, instead of talking about how pretty that dress is. Child, where you get that wig from? It's better for people to tell you that. Tierra said there's a lot of people shook about the Freaknik documentary that's out due to the thing they did in their past. It come back to haunt them. Yes, my brother, and yes, my sister, that Freaknik doctrine, not doctrine, but that documentary, that was a long time ago. But people will hold your past against you, brothers. They will hold your past against you, sister. But brother, let me tell you something. Most you brothers, you had a past. I had a past. Cinderella had a past. Your wife had a past, more than likely. You had a past, but that was the past. When you, brother, became a Christian, and sister, when you became a Christian, all things passed away. Behold, all things are new. That's what it's like to be when in a relationship with a Christian man and a Christian woman. The world will hold stuff against you. The world will keep bringing up that past stuff, but you brand new in Christ. I hope you brothers got something out of it. The woman that you select to be in your life, the power is in her tongue. She could build you up, or she can take you the opposite way. That's what she can do. Your Tierra said it started in 1994. Yes. She could build you up, brother, or she could take you away. That's why, brothers, the woman that some of you brothers that want a wife, desire to have a wife, listen to how she talk. If she got God in her, you're gonna hear life. If she got Satan in her, you're gonna hear death. Because what does the Bible say again? In Proverbs 18:21, Proverbs 18:21, Proverbs 18:21, it said, death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Remember, death and life is in the power of the tongue. Brother, get a woman, a wife that has wisdom. She speaks with wisdom. If there's any of you brothers, sisters that want to ask a question, it's good to ask the question. Now just put the word wait in the comment. I will wait, ask your question, or make your comment. Other than that, we about to wrap this dinner up. Go ahead and get your carrot plate and save it for later on. Put it in the microwave and heat that baby up again. Share with other family members and friends. And let people know that, hey, if you want some good food for the soul, come to the dinner table. Because Brother Tony, he knows what to cook and he knows what spices to use. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. You all have a good night. Peace out.